Sar's eating food right now, as you can see.
Wow. Don't. Don't. No. No. No.
Well, that needs to get done. Trying my tripod, little metal thing. I could say that this was by design, but forgot the stove. No harm. We got the fire. Do a little more tinkering around. First things first, coffee, and then campfire conversation. Yeah, there he is. Yep.
I'm gonna be on?
Yeah.
Am I on?
Yeah.
Okay. Right over there is the other member. One of the others. Don't get me.
No, I'm not getting you. Where's Underling?
Underling. Where are you at? Oh, he's down there.
There is lots of wood here.
Oh, big yes. Look. What came down here? What came down here?
This oh Jesus, the fire when it gets going. See, these two guys, a part of the Lumpary Club. When they build a fire, they build a fire. So we're in the last 2 years of Obama's presidency, and you mentioned something about presidents want a swan song, like Reagan. I mean, he signed a big treaty with the Russians, the Soviets, before in his last 2 years, nuclear arms treaty. I don't know the specific one and the name, but you know, he did a lot in his last 2 years. What is Obama doing? What does he want to be remembered for? Obamacare. That's from people I've spoken to that live in the United States. It's not not accepted in a lot of places, and it's kind of
Obamacare is going to be a stepping stone.
Okay, aside from Obamacare, what else? I mean, Obama overpromised, underdelivered. Unfortunately.
Obama was really ambitious. And if he had people in government who were even the slightest bit willing to cooperate with him, he would have gotten a lot done.
So, the Senate.
But the objections to Obama's a very pragmatic guy. If you look at him, he's not a particularly controversial president. He thoroughly occupies the middle ground. And my personal view is that if he were white, he'd get a lot more cooperation. So my view is that racism's a factor. He gets a lot less political cooperation given his amazing charisma and intelligence and political views.
He didn't have the great...
If you consider those three things together, Obama should be rocking it. And he's a very ambitious guy. He tried to tackle a lot of things, but he got stonewalled on virtually every issue.
Do you think...
Because race ended up being a lot more of a factor than they had all hoped.
So who do you think was a more successful president with foreign affair policies? W. Bush or Obama? Aside from the Iraq War, which is a hard one. I mean, it seems like Obama is not as comfortable with foreign affair issues and how he's handled them. I mean, I think
he's way more comfortable than Bush was. Bush was cocky, not confident.
Oh, he was cowboyish.
Right, and the world did not receive that well, and Obama was better received for his more thoughtful approach. However, in the end, international relations are difficult, and there are fundamental issues that are very difficult to work around.
How?
Russia has its own cowboy
Oh yeah.
in politics right now. So, well, the Russian equivalent of a cowboy.
Do we need another Bush again? Do you think the American public is ready to continue the dynasty?
Let me put it to you this way.
We got 3 minutes.
If you had to get a Republican president, Jeb Bush is probably one of the least objectionable ones you could have. The Bushes are not I don't think, the evil axis that people make them out to be. I mean, the Bushes took a lot of heat, especially George W. Bush for his cowboy mentality. George W. Bush had the misfortune of having wrong advisors. But, hell, even Colin Powell went along with that, so.
Wrap it up in 30 seconds.
So, yeah. I worry about Jeb Bush as I worry about any Republican because they have to pander to some pretty unthoughtful, unsympathetic people in their party. But if you took those people away, there'd be little doubt in my mind that Jeb Bush's heart was in the right place, and that goes a long way with me. But Hillary Clinton, yeah, so I think Obama has two things that he's going to try and do. Pave the road as best as he can for Hillary Clinton's election, and try to do as much as he can on the issue of illegal immigration.
Okay, I'm going to try this fire starter stuff that supposedly burns up to 1,000 Fahrenheit for 8 minutes. We'll see about that. Unless there's...
Put the boots on and they're frozen. But yeah, that would be the conservation officers. I would see.
It's just a lot of work. I honestly don't believe they went out of their way to tear that down. That's...
They do that. That's what
Do they?
Yeah. If there's any unlawful structures on Crown land, they tear them down.
Wow.
If you leave property out here, they post a sign. They're supposed to post a sign and try and contact. Well, you sent me the link. Try and contact the person
So the canoes.
to remove their stuff, and if they don't respond to the notice, they can't be tracked down, then they confiscate it.
So
It's entirely possible that
they took the canoe?
that they took the canoe.
But they would have taken... Well, they would have taken the boys' boat. It was right in the same area.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. We could contact the conservation office.
They wouldn't still have it.
It's quite possible.
That's actually... I don't know why we didn't think of that before.
Because we didn't think of it.
Interesting.
Because if they did it the right way, they should have posted a notice. and attempt to contact the person.
I say more than likely someone stole it.
I think that's likely as well.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Okay, let's grab all my toys. This solar panel is great. Even without sun, it was charging my phone. The Anchor 14 watt, 5 amp solar charger. Might do a review on this one of these days. Has two USB ports. And do I have the white cable? I do. Let's charge the phone while I'm packing. Okay, so this powers on whenever it gets a charge current, and we are charging. Boil, baby.